lost in the Lone Star land, with boots on my feet and dreams in my hand. A little sassy but a whole lot of grace. You'll see that fire when you look in my face. I'm a Texas girl with a heart so wide, family and friends always by my side. From the crack of dawn to the stars at night, I keep it real, keep my soul burning bright. Barbecue smoke, Friday night lights, cheering for the Astros under Texas skies. A little bit stubborn, a whole lot of charm. This big old heart will keep you warm. I'm a Texas girl with a heart so wide, family and friends always by my side. From the crack of dawn to the stars at night, I keep it real, keep my soul burning bright. Barbecue smoke, Friday night lights, cheering for the Astros under Texas skies. A little bit stubborn, a whole lot of charm. This big old heart will keep you warm. I'm a Texas girl with a heart so wide, family and friends always by my side. From the crack of dawn to the stars at night, I keep it real, keep my soul burning bright. From the blue bonnet fields to the city streets, every step I take feels like home to me. With a little sass and a lot of pride, this Texas girl's got nothing to hide. I'm a Texas girl with a heart so wide, family and friends always by my side. From the crack of dawn to the stars at night, I keep it real, keep my soul burning bright. Gummy shoe prints laid them down the street. Chocolate wrappers hiding secrets sweet. They don't miss a beat, they've got a knack. With licorice ropes pulling answers back. Twist the wrapper to reveal the truth. A sticky web spun by a candy sloop. No sour lies can escape the grip. These lollipops all
Hello, my friends. How are y'all doing? Hope everybody's doing well. Happy Wednesday. Thank you all for being here. Appreciate everybody so much. Hello, Black Knight. Thanks for joining us. Hey, me and you and Heather. How you doing? Nanny of 8. Hello to you. Queen, how are you doing, girl? Kathy, Bartholomew, good to have you. Let's see here. Lori, good to have you as always. TJ. Hey, Bobby, how are you? Oh, no problems, Bobby. No problems. Thanks for being here, though. We appreciate you. Kathy Gordon, how are you? Hey, YouTuber. Good to have you. There's our Valley girl. Welcome, welcome. Teresa, good to have you. Let's see. There's Cecilia. Hello there. Look at Miss Tammy coming in. Barnes and Noble True Crime. It's been a member for 4 months. Let me get up there to it. There it is. Thank you, Miss Tammy. Love you so much. Hope you are doing well. Let's see here. Queen, we are praying for you. You keep us updated, okay? We got you on our prayer list for sure. Hey, Weston, good to have you. Charlene, how you doing? You got rain? We've had about 3 different rainstorms today come through. We just finished off one right before I went live, but it is still dark out there. Polly's Cookies, hello. Just finished my daily Bible reading, and now I'm catching a lolly live. Look at you. God is good. So glad to have you. Lisa King, how are you? And hey, Jacqueline, good to have you with us. Aloha, RJH friend. Hello, Mystery Skies Crime Talk. How are you doing? Hey, Holly S. Sky Maiden, how are you doing? Good to have everybody today. All righty. Thank you all so much for being here. Please remember to keep Miss Sandra in our prayers as well as Blue Eyes. Blue Eyes Jewel is having some issues that could be very serious if she's not very careful. So let's definitely keep her in our prayers. And we'll wait and see if Gypsy comes in. But I know the answer. So cute. But we'll wait for that. Hope everybody's had a super good day today. And I hope everybody else is doing well. Let's see. What was I going to tell y'all? I was going to tell y'all about something and I cannot forget. Hey, Kathleen Cheney, how you doing? Welcome. I hope if you joined us last night that y'all had a good time. And for anybody that didn't catch our late night live, it was so much fun. We enjoyed ourselves. Truly we did. So you might want to go back and watch the replay if you just need a little fun time. Some good old laughing. So that's what we did for sure. That's it, YouTuber. I thought I'd wait a little bit and see if she comes in. If she doesn't, I will give y'all the info. So, oh, Heather, if you just need a good laugh, then make sure to watch it because there was a lot of laughter going on. it was just a good release. Good times before we all settled in and went to sleep. Oh, good. I'm glad you enjoyed it, Teresa. A lot of it was so funny. Yes, good. Yes, Miss Charlene is funny. Oh, I got you, West End. We're going to start going live a couple of hours earlier. Or I'm going to go back to our 3 o'clock time slot, Central Time, which will be 2 hours earlier than what we started today. I think that's going to be our better time frame. And so we'll go with that. But just so you know, the next couple of days, I will not be on YouTube. I have my granddaughter and my other, what I call my granddaughter, my niece's daughter, the one I went and watched softball all weekend. I'm going to have both of those playing against each other Thursday night. So I'll be at the ballpark watching that. And then Friday, I am going to get up and get out of town for a good while. So, yes, Rhonda is still in the hospital. So y'all keep her in your prayers as well. And I haven't seen Bridget in here, but her daughter had surgery this morning. So if she comes in, we'll ask her about how her daughter is. So, yeah, I'm sorry, guys, to not be here, but I need a couple of days. I need a couple of days to back up, regroup, get my mind in a good headspace, and we'll jump back in and get busy. Yeah, everybody does. The drama is out of control, stupid. And they will sit there and say that one person cannot be getting away with doing that, which I'm not quite sure what they're trying to say she's doing, because it doesn't make sense. But yet at the same time, they all do it. So it doesn't make sense to me. Lord of mercy, I just heard the dogs barking. Sound like they got in a fight for a minute. But yes, it is ridiculous. I just feel like everything's just kind of out of control right now. And things are just kind of going wonky on me, and I can't seem to get my head in a good space. And therefore, I'm going to head out of town. I'll be out of town for several weeks, but I'm going to take the next couple of days off for sure. Let's see here. Teresa, thank you so much for gifting 5 memberships. Guys, if you were gifted that membership, please make sure to tell our beautiful Teresa thank you so much, because that was so gracious of her to do that. So thank you so much, Teresa. I do appreciate you more than you could ever imagine right now. It is so greatly appreciated. Hey, Randa, good to have you. So, yeah, it's going to be just a couple of days, and then I'll come back on. I'll be at the lake by that time, but I just need to take a break. It's all kind of getting to me, and I'm no good to you guys if I'm just kind of scattered all over the place, and I'm sure y'all could hear it in my voice. You know, the last few lives we've done, it's just kind of taken off here lately and driving me a little crazy. Let's see here. Hold on. Let me get to it. Hey. No, ma'am. little Miss Emmy come up here. She gonna be barking and growling at the big dogs. Emmy Lou, come here. Come here. Come here. Hang on, guys. She gonna come up here and say hi. Oh my goodness, you're wet. Okay, y'all don't be laughing at me. And hang on, we're gonna get to those memberships. But while I got this little stinker, I don't know if you can see her very good. Say hello, everybody. She's getting so big. Her still the smallest one, but her getting so big. Anyways. Okay, go. You're wet. Those little pups go outside and they get in that mud puddle. Lord, they run straight to it. God love them. Anyways, YouTuber, thank you so much. Oh my goodness, how sweet. If you were gifted a membership by YouTuber, please tell YouTuber thank you. That is so gracious and precious of her. Thank you so much for that. And Mystery Sky, 10 memberships, guys. Y'all are going to make me cry. Thank y'all so much. Oh, please make sure to tell Mystery Sky thank you if you were gifted as well. My goodness. Yes, she is a joy. She is so sweet, y'all. I'm probably going to end up keeping that one. She's so cute. But let's just welcome everybody, all of our new members to the SAP.
Welcome, welcome to the South. We break that good stuff out. We got enough to go around. So can I get a right and get down? Welcome to the South.
Thank you all so much for your gifted membership and welcome to the Lollipops, everybody. When I come back, I'm going to be working on something for us all so that we can do a members live, and we'll get that going pretty soon. Like I said, I have to apologize to all of you because my headspace has not been great lately, and all the drama just over, and I let it get to me. I have. Gypsy, our friend, would you like to let everybody know an update? I did not say nothing. I said, we'll wait and see if you come in. So our beautiful Gypsy's here. We have a baby. So sweet. So congratulations to Mama and baby. She said they are both doing well. That is a complete true blessing right there. Baby Z arrived around 8:30 this morning. Mama didn't take no time, did she? Thank you, YouTuber. Yeah, we should all be able to take some time, and I truly try to keep pushing through it, but a lot of it has just seeped into me, and I just feel upset and angry and bothered and all the things, and it's just not been a good place for my head right now. But yeah, I'm going to take off for a couple of days, and I will come back refreshed, ready to go. So y'all rest up while I'm gone, and we'll hit the ground running. Hey, Brandy and Indy. Everybody coming in. Thank y'all so much for being here. I really appreciate everyone. Okay. You're packing your bags. Tell you what, I called and I asked my cousin, I called my cousin's husband and I'm like, can I? And he's like, yes, go. That's all I got out was, can I? I didn't know if anybody was planning to be there in the next few weeks or not, but I'm going to go and stay, I don't know, 2 weeks to 4 weeks down there at the lake and just just have some me and my pup time. Ziva needs a little special attention. Off to Turkey. Teresa, how exciting. I would love to go to Turkey. I think that is a fascinating place. Yeah, we all do need to be able to just take some time and regroup a little bit. Thank you. Thank y'all. Y'all are so sweet. It's always kind of iffy when you got a channel and you're trying to keep everything going and updated, and you worry about people moving on and losing people or whatever. But I just know this: I'm not good too much right now to do much of anything, so I have to do this for myself. Randa said, I need a road trip so bad. Girl, me too. My road trip's not going to be very far, but it's going to be a nice, quiet, peaceful time. So, the preppy party, really? Where's that at? Is that the one from years ago? Is that the one you're talking about, Queen, or is this something new? I know. I thought Gypsy might not show up today. Loving on that baby. Yeah, let me know, Queen. Send me an email or something. Let me know about it. We might jump into that. Is it the what was her name? Chandra or Chandra or something like that. What happened 2 years ago. Okay. Huh. Okay. Yeah, send me some info on that. No, we'll definitely look into it. Yeah, Mystery Sky. That's kind of me. That's kind of how it is for me. But the one vacation I got to take and go up to Tennessee, and day two, I'm falling and breaking my arm and had to come home to have surgery. So it wasn't much of a fun vacation when I finally got one. And it was all paid for. That's the worst part. It was all paid for. Here I go, falling down the mountainside, breaking my arm. Had to get on a plane and go home so I could have surgery. Yeah, that's about how I roll. I didn't roll down. My leg gave out and I went flat down on a rock. Thank God the rock was flat. Hey, Hope floats. Uh, I tell you what, though, when your bones move every time you move, you want to hurry and get back to that surgeon and get it fixed. And I was so disappointed when I got home, go to the surgeon, go into the hospital. They put this titanium rod in there. And I thought they were going to screw my bone into it or something. I don't know. But when I went to move my arm the first time, the bone still was moving. It just grossed me out. Ugh. I'll have to find that x-ray and show you guys. Oh, it's crazy. But yeah, that bone did. It took me probably about 17 to 18 months for my arm to completely heal, the bones inside to get all healed, because the one was so thick. Yeah, right. Yep, Gypsy, that's it. My name is not Grace, that's for sure. But yeah, it took a long time for that. And it's froze up to raise it straight out from my body and go straight up. I can only go level with my shoulder. I can't raise it up any higher like I can the other side. I can raise it up beside my ear, but my right arm doesn't work that well. Okay. Okay. Got it. Okay. High school, junior, and star lacrosse. Oh, okay. Okay. We'll have to look into that one for sure. I don't know if seclusion would be okay with that one. That one might not be a good one for seclusion, but we might look into it. But anyways, well, guys, you've had both knees replaced. Oh no, and they're bothering you again. My best friend just had her second one worked on. She just went back to work. Oh goodness. Owie. Tell you what, I can't wait to go tomorrow and get this MRI done on my back and just to see how bad it's gotten, because I don't know where seclusion is. We may be too early or something. We may be on too early or too late. Who knows? Who knows? But I'm really anxious to see what it has to say. So anyways, well, guys, let's get started. This is like a little over 2 hour live that we're going to be watching, and we're just going to hit on it a little bit, get through it a little ways. We may have a part 2 or something maybe, but we're going to get started. This was done oh goodness, Cecilia. But this Duty Ron had Equusearch on and talking about the Sebastian Rogers case. This was done about a year ago, not long after he went missing. Oh yeah, that's right. Seclusion had to have some tests done today. But hey Cheryl. Say prayers for my hubby. His doctor, it's sending him to a cancer specialist for tests. Oh goodness, y'all remember Cheryl's husband, please, in your prayers, because God can make sure there is no cancer there when they start testing. That's for sure. So yes, we will definitely keep him on our prayer list for sure. Okay, guys, well, let's start watching some of this, and we're going to hear what they have to say. I don't know if everybody has heard this or not, but it would be a good thing to go over and to listen to what they had to say. So we're going to listen to this real quick. Let's get started here. Let me put my banner up because we want copyright protection here. And TJ, if you don't mind, if you could drop Duty Ron's link in the chat occasionally, I would appreciate that so much. If you haven't subbed up to Duty Ron, please do, because he does an amazing job. So, okay, here we go. Got some little music playing, get our ambiance, all kinds of good. And here we go. Let's do this. And I went ahead and started it a little further out where they're ready to start talking.
Okay. All right. So I'm gonna mute her for a second. Dave, I wanted to we just this piece from the Nashville affiliate, our good friend Nick. He's been covering this case so strongly. And Dave, you guys were called back in by TBI as per Twyla and our conversations. Can you just tell our listening audience a little bit about, and I'm going to step back once Twyla comes and we'll go back to the beginning, but Sebastian Rogers, how does this all come about? How do they reach out, or how does this all work with TBI or whatever agency it is that reached out to you guys and you got the ball rolling? How did you guys come to coming back for those 2 days and search with them?
Actually, it all started with Shane up with the drones. He has TBI as a customer.
Shane in Canada?
Shane in Canada, correct. Okay. And he reached out to Twyla and put her in contact with TBI agent. They only wanted the technology. They didn't want to do the foot search, the ground pounding, or anything else. They wanted to throw the drones, the technology at this first. So that's why the guys went down, flew this with Twyla, ran through all of the imagery, which is the ground disturbance, and then they also used the thermal. And
so they've used thermal, they've used ground disturbances. That we hear exactly what kind of technology was used in the search for Sebastian, and yet nothing was found, right? That says a lot. That child is nowhere around that area.
And found nothing, and they were down there for I think 2 days also, and then that taken care of. Then Twyla was, of course, then she's the search coordinator on this. She was the one who was in contact with the main TBI agent, and at that point in time, let her know probably about a week to a week and a half prior what they wanted to accomplish in the future. So it basically took them about probably about a week and a half in order to put this last search on with other agencies around in and around Tennessee. We were the only search team that was invited into the search area because of the technology that we have.
And you're talking about volunteer search teams, right? Because we did see a lot of fire department search and rescue. Those are county, adjoining counties or people from within. I also saw a Hendersonville SWAT team, a lot of police and fire. But you, Equusearch Midwest, were the only volunteer search group that was invited in at that search last week, correct?
That is correct. Yes, everything.
Now, they were very particular about who they had come in. And Equusearch is a group that got started in Texas and has divisions all around the United States. And these guys are complete 100% in their time to search for missing people. This group of people are absolutely amazing and very, very well known for their searches.
Everybody else was first responders. We were the only outside organization that are volunteer that was invited in, and that was only because of our technology that we have at hand.
Right. And there was ground searching and anything from the air at that time, or was all the drone searching done prior to this?
No, I mean, we went back over quite a few things. Danny came down, one of our drone pilots. Tony couldn't make it, unfortunately, because of work, and Twyla. And again, Twyla, was multitasking. She was not only spearheading the whole thing as far as for us, but she was also running imagery for the drones. And then we also had the water covered by our remote controlled sonar unit. We did literally 43 ponds plus in 2 days time. And that's a lot. That was an understatement. That's a lot.
That's
Stop
huge.
you right there. Hold on. Did you say that Equusearch Midwest searched 43 ponds in 2 days?
Yes, sir. Yeah, 43, and that was not only droning them, but also using the sonar units in each one of those ponds that were accessible, and also that actually some of them didn't have water in them, so we were kind of reconning as we go. But yeah, there were some that weren't even on the map that was marked that we found, and we went ahead and did those. So there was 43 plus ponds that we did.
43 ponds, and they want to, state the fact that he loves to swim. He swims like a fish, but he's not in 43 ponds around their area. There's no sighting of him. Nothing. Absolutely nothing.
Absolutely.
Now let me ask you, because I want to add Twyla back in. I think she's given the thumbs up. I see her in the green room there. Dave, were there law enforcement, the local, state, or federal TBI or whatever it was there anybody assigned to you guys to help you safely move about to your search zones? Because we heard some of these rumors from the United Cajun Navy getting death threats and so forth, but were you guys under the auspice of, say, a law enforcement team or something, for the listening audience that might not know how this works?
Each team, again, law enforcement was represented by law enforcement, but as far as our team was, we had a total of 3 TBI agents. One for the drone and one for the water, the sonar, and then we also had a floater at the time also. So we were constantly, and it wasn't because of our safety. That there's, nobody's wanting to kill somebody trying to find a 15-year-old child.
Mr. Dave, I'm sorry, but I have to disagree with that.
I don't know where the hell that comes from, but there's nobody threatening anybody. Why they put the TBI agents with us is to secure anything that if we did find anything, we had law enforcement right there with comms, with constant communication back to the command center. So that's the reason why that happened like it did with the EMA putting the TBI agents on with us.
Dave, what I love about you is you knew that slang term, the comms, that people might not understand it, and you said with the communication. So perfect. Thank you for that. I appreciate you, brother. And you've been doing this a long time. You're not a rookie when it comes to searching and coordinating and doing things with law enforcement. Also, too, I think another big factor, it's not one of the main factors, but the reason they send law enforcement with the private search groups or the volunteer search groups is just in case there's indigent wildlife that comes out. And now you guys, if you aren't armed, you got armed kind of basic security there for you to help you guys.
Alicia, Equusearch with Tim Miller in Texas is the original Equusearch. They have since had other peoples reach out that want to do the searches, have volunteered searching down in the southern region, and they have branched off of that and created the Midwest, the East, and the West Coast. And then the Texas Equusearch more or less covers the southern central part. But it's all under the same umbrella. They may not have found anyone, but they are part of the original Texas Equusearch.
If somebody gets bit by a snake, there's somebody in their backpack probably has a snake, a venom kit, anti-venom kit, and so forth. So it's for safety as well as for, like what you just said, the reasons you just stated. Right. In the clip that I showed, there was some mapping and stuff, but I want to bring Twyla back in. I'm going to keep my fingers crossed right now that Twyla got it right. Twyla, how are we doing?
I can hear, I can see, and I got it sideways, so I hope it's all good.
See me, feel me. Twyla, let's get into it. That's enough of me singing. Listen, I'm
Exactly.
again, I've
Miss
got the
Kathy,
shoulder
I'm
rig on,
telling you,
and I
yes.
went to my first day of physical therapy, so I'm feeling a little sore, but not too bad tonight, folks. Twyla, you heard Dave and I talking. 43 ponds. What type of searching ground-wise, and you are the search coordinator, like how do you guys document the ground coverage that you do? And I know it's assignments that are given out,
Yes,
but you know, people want to know, like, what's the rhythm and rhyme to success with Equusearch Midwest and searching for the missing? How do you guys do this?
So we have different types of, if it's a search that we're doing, we have different type of resources that help us out with putting us in different areas. Dave is very, very, very good at looking at a map and saying, okay, from my experience, this would be a good area, that would be a good area. Under when we went in for Sebastian's case, we were under EMA is the one who coordinated the search.
Lolo, this is what I think. When the United Cajun Navy came in to search, I don't know if they had law enforcement with them or not. However, Equusearch had an FBI agent on the water with them as they're doing the air drone, and another person there at the command post. Exactly, Kelly. Exactly. So, because having a TBI agent there, it may be the reason they were not threatened. But we've heard from the United Cajun Navy, and they were threatened. They came in pretty quick, like straight from the Raleigh Strain case in to search. We know that people who have just volunteered their time to go out and search have been threatened. We know people who are on here every day talking about Sebastian have been threatened. I am one of those. I can say people are being threatened. But Mr. Radar says they were not. So therefore, we got to go with his word. But like I said, folks, this was early on. And, you know, at this point, they may not have known exactly the length and the amount of threats that have happened.
But we went in under TBI, and they had areas marked in sections and had different groups going into different sections. They gave us radios that only the agencies and the officials that was there with us, I mean, we were the only ones that was able to, you know, communicate with each other through that radio. And our assignment, like Dave said, was the technology end of it. Like we had spoke before, that me, Tony, and Danny had went in a couple weeks ago and did the drone end of it. And then this time we went in, we had a couple of ground pounders, foot searchers, and we took the sonar. Those girls rocked it. I mean, they covered these ponds in 2 days. And then Danny, what we did for checks and balances is me and Danny would go with the drone, and we would put the drone up over these areas that had water, and then the girls would go, and then the other 2 girls that was doing the sonar, they would go over to these ponds, and me and Danny and the 2 sonar girls, we were in constant contact with each other with, for an example, this pond is dried up, or this one that's marked as a pond is a swimming pool. And you know, they had all the other officials that was there marked off sections, and they was putting people in those sections. And like Dave said, we had 3 agents with us with the TBI. There was no outsiders, general public. We were the only search team there. There was K9 teams there. This was a really big search. And I can tell you, with me and Danny and the sonar girls traveling throughout the day to get to our different areas, there was not one area around that child's house or even in that neighborhood that did not have people in it. And Dave can back me up with that. I mean, there was people, officials everywhere. The FBI was there, the TBI, every county surrounding that area was there.
Yeah. And, you know, people are saying in the chat, and some folks, I've heard this on social media, you know, they should search the house. They've been in and out of that house. And listen, if there was any evidence or any possibility that he was there in that house, they would know about it. Did you see on this secondary search, which was just the last week, and I feel bad, Danny was here for like 5-10 minutes in the down below, but I guess he had to go to work. If he comes back, we'll put him on quick because he was doing a lot of the drone stuff. But I know you could.
Miss Kathy, yes. Seth has been pretty much threatened. Yeah. We've heard it from Christopher himself telling someone that if Seth was to speak a word about it, some certain subject, he would never open his mouth again. Oh, goodness. Yes, I heard about that, Lori. Her body has not been found. Yeah, I heard about that. And there was another one somewhere where they were in a boat and there was like 12 of them and one of them still missing as well. Oh, sad.
Could speak for him. But hopefully Danny could come back just for a couple of minutes because I was just about to add him on and I saw him tap out. You know, Equusearch has the team. Did you guys see dogs at any time while you were down there? The news showed like bloodhound. It looked like a couple of canines. Twyla, I'll go to you because I know, you know, Dave, you're all over the place. I was looking for you and I was misidentifying you with other people and I got all screwed up and I apologize, Dave. But Twyla, did you see dogs? Was this like, did they throw as Dave would say, the kitchen sink at this thing? 200 plus people?
Oh, there was a lot there. So it was kind of funny because I had did the call out to our teammates that was going to be there. And I had told them that I wanted them. We were going to all meet in the hotel lobby at like 6 or 6:30. Well, last minute, I told them, I was like, we got to meet in the lobby at like 5:30. And, you know, the day that we went, everybody was traveling through bad weather. So people, you know, we staggered in and got there, whatever. It was a restless night because we can't sleep the night before search. It's just too much going on. So we met and then we got to the command area where they had us staging at, and we got there maybe 10-15 minutes ahead of time. And when we pulled up, let me tell you something, they had people there. Everybody that was there was official. They either had TBI, FBI jackets. I even shook hands with the mayor. The mayor was even there. And wow. As far as canines, I don't want to say exactly how many canines, but I can tell you it was more than I can count on both of my hands that was there. So yes, I never seen the same dog twice, and I don't think Dave did either.
We know for a fact there were 18 search dogs that came out and searched for Sebastian, and not one of those dogs ever picked up his scent. The mayor was there. The mayor was inside their house. The mayor saw all the people coming and going, life just happening inside the house where that young man went missing from, and did not do anything about it. The DA was there, did nothing about it. Yes, me and you, there were 18 dogs.
Hey, Dave, any thoughts on that?
You know, again, they absolutely threw everything at this. And, you know, it got to on day two, and just to give law enforcement and to put any rest of you know, they're not doing their job or this, that, or the other, that's complete BS. Only for the simple reason I physically seen these guys literally in just mode, and they were doing line searches in that. That's how meticulous that they were looking for any and I mean any minute piece of evidence to give us a direction.
Wait a minute. Did you just say they were searching freshly mowed grass?
Yes, sir.
So
they put some of our ground pounders in with TBI in a field. Now, it could have easily been cleared with a drone. But here's the thing, and I understand their process on this, Ron, is that they didn't want to miss anything. So you could miss a piece of his glasses, or something of minute like that. So they wanted to make damn sure.
A piece of his shirt.
100%.
A ripped piece of pants.
Yeah. So I mean, I understand it looks funny, and people probably sit there and think,
Yes,
why the hell are they in somebody's front yard that mowed this grass 3 times since he's been gone? But that's you don't have a direction, so you don't want to miss anything as far as if his glasses fell off of him,
right?
Just something as small as that. So they really did a bang up job.
Brandy, I'm to the point where it doesn't surprise me when someone all of a sudden just takes up and supports the Proudfoots. Mr. Chris is a used car salesman per se. He can charm the pants off of anybody he thinks. He's done it his whole life, I'm sure. And he can make anybody that doesn't sit here and listen to him online and how disgusting he can be. They can just think he's the wonderful stepfather. That's the way I look at it. Tomorrow morning. Oh my gosh, that's right. It was Thursday, not Wednesday. I'm sorry, Bridget. I've had it all mixed up this whole time. Okay. So tomorrow morning, Bridget's daughter goes into surgery at 7:30 a.m. Please keep her in your prayers as well.
This is reassuring, Dave, for me, because when you go on to Facebook and social media, you hear people saying, oh, they're not really doing much. They don't really care about finding this kid, that they're doing a sloppy job. But this is, you were there and you saw this yourself. I have up on the screen a picture of, it looks like some volunteers here in the red vest. And here is a law enforcement. I see a Glock of some sort, semi-auto, and a shield right here. Flashlights, radio comms, as you call it, backpack with probably equipment in it. And then there's a young lady also down lower in this search area off of a highway, off of a roadway, a 2-way road. This stuff is, it's fascinating to see the amount of resources that are being thrown at this. And it makes me wonder, like when I hear people say, oh, they're not doing anything and this more could be done and blah, 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 blah. And it's got the vibes of this one and that one. Dave, I wanted to ask you, is there similarities to searches, or are each individual case that you go on have their own intricacies? Are there some things in all of these, like the way people are saying, oh, this resembles Summer Wells, this resembles, can you put that into perspective here?
Let's make something really clear, folks. We can't sit here and say that law enforcement has not done anything. We saw the searches. We saw the amount of people that showed up. We saw all the different agencies out walking on horseback, on RTVs, on, doing the drones, all the things. Divers in the drainage pond back there by their house. And there definitely was a large amount of people out searching for Sebastian. However, when you put everything down on paper and you look at it, it becomes very obvious that there was no video footage of that child leaving the home, no video footage of anyone coming to the home to take him away from the home. And the only footage that shows anything whatsoever is a flashlight coming from that house to a waiting car, met up with another flashlight. Those two lights go to the car. One flashlight goes back to their home. And like I've said in the past, only one person woke up in that home. Therefore, you put that with the fact that all of the people that have searched, and I give them all credit for the search that was done, this team comes in and does what they do. The United Cajun Navy came in. They started doing what they do. Nothing was ever found. No ground disturbance, no water source, nothing. Nothing was done. Nothing was seen. Nothing was found. What does that leave? That leaves a child at the age of 15 somehow was taken out of that home. Brandy, thank you so much. She says, thank you for covering this, Lolly. I'm glad that y'all are wanting to hear this because I had forgotten all about this. And this is something very good for us to watch and to see just exactly how extensive this search for Sebastian was. And yet there's nothing, absolutely nothing. And that only leaves one two possibilities, really. He was taken out of that home in the early morning hours. He was either put in his mother's car or he was put in a car out there waiting at 3 a.m. in the morning. Or the possibility of him not making it home. That's all that's there. There's not anything else that could possibly be after all this time and everything that's been covered. Thank you, Brandy, so much for this. I appreciate you more than you know. Let me get up here so you can have a happy dance. All righty. Thank you so much, Brandy. Appreciate you. Here we go. Oh, I'm on the wrong page. Hold on. I'll get it going.
Dave, it's
kind of tough, but it's, there are similarities. I mean, in the search world, it's not cookie cutter because you do have different scenarios, you do have different terrain. So I mean that there's similar. The similarity is that we have an individual missing. From the search end of it is where it gets tricky because then you have to figure out, okay, where did that person, where was he or she last seen from? And then you're looking at what resources do you need? There's some resources that you don't need. There's some that you need more of. So again, the only similarity that there is that it's an individual that's missing that needs to be found. It's how you go about the process of elimination, you might say, on how it's done and executed.
Right. The reason I brought Summer Wells up is because it's Tennessee, right? And it's close, it's similar, and we can. There's a couple of other cases from Tennessee. I mean, people start to wonder, is TBI, is the agencies in Tennessee, dragging their feet on these things? And this is a prime example of that. They're not. It's just this sometimes is a game of luck and of finding. We look at Dylan Rounds. You guys were out there for 5 days in the middle of the desert searching, and it looks like he was right underneath people's feet at certain particular moments. And you can't cover every ounce of every thing that, human error or just, it's a massive ontaking. So people don't really get a good idea of what it's like because they're not there actually doing it. Let's see if Twyla is back. Is everything all right, Twyla? All right, good. I wanted to show this clip for the audience, and I wanted Dave or Twyla to take over just maybe a little bit of a discussion about the mapping that's done in these types of large-scale searches to keep it organized, to keep it all in continuity and have the ducks in order, so to speak. So let me just play this little clip back again.
Ready to prosecute if it does. Sumner County EMA Director Ken Widener says his crews are on call 24/7, ready to go when investigators contact them.
All right, so
look at that search area, folks. Look at it. His house would have to be a tiny little dot, just the tip of this arrow. Tiny little speck would be his home.
Many people might ask, what is this? What are we looking at on this big master board inside the command center? So I'm going to put you guys back on the screen. Dave and Twyla are laughing a little bit. Dave, you're the director of Equusearch Midwest. Who do you want to take this question and explain this? You or Twyla?
I was like, pick me. I knew he was going to pick me anyway. So what you see on that screen is our big coloring page. No, I'm just kidding. Let me be serious. So what that is we use a program called CalTopo. We use it to track ourselves on searches. We use it to make maps and this, that, and the other.
All right, you talked a little bit fast, Twyla, so I'm going to slow you down. What did you say it is called? CalTopo?
Yes, it's CalTopo, and it's an app that we download as a team. Anybody can get it, but we use it as a team. We can go on there. We'll create a map for the person that we're looking for, and we'll put areas on there, which on this one you can't really tell because it's so much stuff on there for, coverage. All that colored in that you see has been covered. I think the green circles on the outside there, I could be wrong, but that may be helicopters. And then, can you zoom in on that a little bit, Duty Ron?
I could go back here. Hold on.
And that guy there that you seen, that's Ken with the EMA. We met him. It was actually, he's the one that coordinated and put this search together.
So this is pretty zoomed in. So
you see the little dots and the question mark and stuff like that. That's where people has been out there walking and they've come across something, and they need somebody to double check it. I don't want anybody to take what I'm saying and misunderstand that. There's nothing on this map that you see right now that is of importance. This map here has been shared all over the news, and if it had anything of importance, it would not be out there. So these dots and stuff that you see is basically stuff that people's marked. It could have been a weird looking stick or whatever. We don't know what's marked because we're not inside of that. But this app, CalTopo, we will name it the person that we're looking for, and we'll mark these areas. We'll put people in these areas, and they turn on their tracks, and it will literally track and show every single where that person went. And that's what all that stuff is that's there. Those were people that was out there with their tracks on that whatever the area that is, I can tell you without a doubt, it's been covered just by looking at it.
The thing of it is too, Twyla and Dave, the reason this is so important, and I bring this right back into the average Joe or, guy or girl that goes out there and tries to search for the missing. When you do a search on your own, I'm not poo-pooing searches on their own. I will never do that, because if we didn't have volunteers to search for people, some families would be in big trouble, right? So what I'm saying is, when you do a volunteer search where it's not attached to law enforcement, now you don't have this. Now you have no record of this. And Dave, correct me if I'm wrong. Your efforts and everything that you've done as a private individual does not go on to this Caltopa, and they don't.
Hey, Legally Blonde, now you have strep. Guys, she had a head cold. It went to the flu, and now it is strep. My goodness, I'll keep you in my prayers, girl. I will continue to pray for you. You take good care of yourself.
Don't know what you did or any abnormalities, anything that's abnormal that you saw in your searching. If there was something that, struck a bell to you, or something that was like, this doesn't look good. When you guys get that, you're on the comms, or you're with the person that you're with, the law enforcement team, and say, hey, this looks like something.
Alicia, I understand you're not on board with this. But when you put out a 5-mile circumference completely surrounding that home, it turns out to be a fairly large space. Considering there's creeks, there's ponds, there's mountains, there's massive wooded area.
We'd want to search. Correct me if I'm wrong, Dave.
So basically, they're keeping track back at the command center. They're actually, and when we go out on searches, we use this ourselves. And it's two things: is that they can track us live to see exactly what we're doing and what we're covering, number one. And number two is that when we go out as an individual, we already have individual spots that we want to check. So we'll go ahead and put those individuals in there to check it. And before they leave the area, one individual will sit there and check the Caltopo to make sure that we covered every single thing in that search area, so there's no guesswork about it. And that goes to a master. That goes to a master copy. Then at that point in time, you turn that over. Twyla, being the search coordinator, or whoever the coordinator is, myself, I still have Twyla sit there and send it to law enforcement because I don't know how to do the technical stuff. But then that way they have a record of every single, not only what was covered, but who it was covered by and what was found in and around that area. And then also, with that being said, then Ron, is that we can go back the next day. We say, okay, this has been covered. Let's go ahead and look outside the box. Let's recon some areas. So then we can do just like what you're highlighting there, is we can box certain areas on the screen on Caltopo, and then we can send into each individual team to those blocks, or give them so they have their assignments throughout the day, so they don't even have to come back to the command center and come back and waste time. We can just go right there, right to it. Everybody knows what their position is, what resource. We use different colors for different, I know that light blue and dark blue are always Danny in the drones. Sometimes I don't know what color I'm at. I have no idea. But you can tell exactly who's been where at any given time. So this tool that we've introduced into the search world, or was brought into us by the search world, is tremendous, because then that way you can literally look and see what we have covered and what still needs to be covered.
So this is, go ahead, Twyla. Go ahead.
Cool about that is if Dave's working one case in one state and I'm in another state, for an example, if we would have been in Utah and Dave wasn't there and I need him, I'm like, hey, look on the map and tell me this or tell me that. He can actually see my tracks live in action from wherever he is. All I have to do is share a little bit of information for him to get on to that map, and he can be, like he said, at the command post with law enforcement, and they can all keep track of where we're out there live as it's happening.
That's what makes it fantastic, Twyla, is that communication device and that exchange of information, as I'm showing here on the screen. And this looks like their war room, whatever it is, a conference center, or I'm not familiar with the setup, but that looks like a huge screen where a lot of the executives and a lot of the commanders can go and look and see real time what's happening. And like you just said, this is something, if you have the app on your phone and you're using it, you can be in Alaska and Dave could be in Ohio or wherever you guys are. This communication is wide open. There's your daughter, Jaden. Of course, we always appreciate her being live and in the chat. Hi, Jaden Cisco. And I'm sorry, Twyla, am I embarrassing you? This is right. Isn't this family right here?
My son, Jerica's
your son. Okay, I'm sorry. So I'm going to catch crap for that. I'm sorry about that. Jaden, I'm sorry. Jerica, yes, I know. And Dave, and listen, I always provide laughs for everybody. So Jaden's going to probably when he sees me for the first time, he's going to punch me in my shoulder. He's going to punch me.
Ron, what did you call me a girl for?
I'm sorry. And I should have known because I saw the picture. But I did see, I'm sorry. He's like, come on, man. Right underneath it is Jerica. They have brother and sister. Look, 1, 2. I apologize. So I'll make it up to you. Trust me, Christmas is going to come early for you. So Jerica saying lost is not alone. But listen, let's reel it back in. I had it because they were chatting it up in the chat, and I wanted to always recognize your family as they're in our chat, interacting with the community. But this is what a lot of the common folk don't see, and they don't understand that this is really important, because to have everything documented and dotting your I's and crossing your T's is a very big it's a big deal when it comes to,
this map area here does not include any of the searches that Seth has done and his team has done. They went outside that 5-mile radius. What they searched, I don't know, because we don't see it here. But like they're saying here, everybody that is linked in together can see this map. But y'all think about it, Seth did tons and tons and tons of searches. Our Blue Eyes Jewel, she did a search and it was outside that 5-mile radius. Alicia, don't leave. You're good. You're good, Alicia. I just wanted to say, I knew you didn't agree with them, but we're just going to listen to this and go through this.
To a massive search effort. Now, Dave, I wanted to ask you, and this has nothing to do with this, but was this type of technology used in the search for Summer Wells down over in the Beach Creek community, Dave?
The drones were definitely used. Drones were definitely used. We didn't use. I don't believe that we used the remote controlled sonar unit down there, because all the ponds, by the time that we got down there, they were already taken care of. So basically, what we were up against was the terrain and the heavily wooded areas with the wildlife.
Right.
Summer Wells is closely related to this. Hey, I'm too honest. How are you? Wait, what? September Rain. Thank you all for joining us. Appreciate everybody being here. Now, when it comes to the Summer Wells case, the terrain she's in when she goes missing is completely different than the terrain where Sebastian's at. There is massive difference in those different, the terrain there. In Hendersonville, there are some mountains. In the Beach Creek area there, she actually lived on one of those. She was born and, raised up right there in the middle of all the big mountains. And massive massive terrain there. So there is a big difference when it comes to those search areas. It is very, very, very different.
Right. And I just want to just say this for the folks who are just tuning in. We are covering the search for Sebastian Rogers by Equusearch Midwest. They were there 1 week ago today. They they got into town on Tuesday evening or Tuesday afternoon. They spent all of day Wednesday last week, all day Wednesday, all day Thursday. They searched over 43 ponds and lots of ground searching as well. This is Dave Rader, the Equusearch Midwest director, up in the top left. And down below, the Twyla Cisco is the search coordinator and drone coordinator. She wears many hats, and she's also a mother. As you know, there's two of her kids in the chat here, and one of them is really pissed at me right now. So I hope I can make it up to him real soon. Uncle Duty Ron will make good on that, I promise.
I was going to say this. As far as the search area for Sebastian, I mean, it's pretty obvious he's not in that area. If he is so well covered up that he may never be found, guys. That is just where we're at with this. And no matter how hard everybody goes and looks, there is a possibility he's not anywhere close around there. It's very, very possible.
Hey, Ron, can I go into what day one was like for us?
Absolutely. I would love to hear that.
All right. So our fearless leader down there in the bottom decided that we needed to get up at 5 a.m. So, by the time we got in and we got everybody situated, it was probably 11 midnight. Had to get back up by 5 o'clock. Didn't even have breakfast. Went to the command center and we went into the command center there that they had the mobile set up, and we got our assignments and everything, and literally we did everything we could.
Same September rain. I think so. I think they were getting way too close. In what area they were in, I would love to.
But during the day, the flights, we didn't take, I don't even think we got lunch that day. We continued on with not only flying, but with the sonar unit. The day still isn't done. We actually had dinner, we broke bread, but then we went back, got showers, and met down in the breakfast room at the hotel, and we literally sat there. Twyla was running the locate for the drones. Marcy was sitting there doing the sonar unit with Genova. So, and then they would actually crisscross. They were, Twyla was looking at the sonar and vice versa. So, I mean, and we didn't get finished until probably 11:30 midnight that night, and then to get up and do it all over again the next day. So, I mean, our days are absolutely brutal when it comes to this. There's a lot of things that people don't see that go on behind the scenes. And the other thing that I want to say is that, if you hear a lot of things on Facebook and the false rumors. If you want to hear the truth,
I call it Facebook.
Yeah, if you want to hear the truth, come to Duty Ron. That's just plain and simple. You want the truth. You want to know what's really going on. He's got the answers.
Brandy said it best. CP said he will not be found, allegedly. What stepdad says that, and what mother stays with a man who says that, and the horrible things he has said about Sebastian? Exactly. Exactly. I mean, you can't make it any more plain than their very own words and their actions. It speaks louder than any words they could ever say. But the bad part is, that's not a crime, unfortunately. It's just not. You know, I think money is a huge issue for Seth, not for getting these lawsuits going or whatever, because you have to have a lawyer to take it on. Of course, you're going to want a lawyer that is not connected to Sumner County in any way, form, or fashion. And all of it costs money. The filing fees cost money. The lawyer costs money. So, I don't know. But I agree with TJ here. You know, if he wanted to do the lawsuit, people would help. They would help. Legally Blonde has offered her assistance to get some things going. Unfortunately, he has yet to take her up on that. So it's not like we can make him do it, but I would for sure, 100% support him if he did. Because I honestly believe it's time. Yep. I agree, TJ. I really think if Seth spoke up and said, it's time, I need help to get a lawyer, it would be taken care of. Everything would fall into place for him.
You know, we were on the ground, and we're basically trying to describe what we went through for 2 days. It was a long 2 days, guys. Trust me, long 2 days. 43 ponds, and they weren't next to each other. Let me tell you something. I had a brand new razor that I purchased to get us from point A to point B, and to do a little bit more recon to get to more places. I put 60 miles on this in 2 days, and that's doing roadsides, that's reconning, getting Twyla from point A to point B. So there was a lot of moving parts, and I'll tell you another thing. This is the cool part, is that when you're established and you're trusted in something, they literally let us on day 2, let us go and do what we do best. And they still had the TBI agents, but you know, they let us go outside of our box because they could trust us that we know what the hell we're doing and what to look for. So they literally let us recon, go outside of the box a little bit, and continue on. And that's that has a lot to say from where Twyla is, because Twyla was the search coordinator down there. She's the one who built that trust up between her and the agent, and that's huge. To have the Cajun Navy come in and do the bullshit that they did, and then you think that they're going to sit there and set the tone that this is how all search teams are. TBI's seen through that because of Twyla, and our reputation it speaks for itself.
And I want to piggyback off of that, Dave, because what you touched on.
Okay, I've heard a couple of times now about Dog being asked to leave Sebastian's case. Where's that coming from? Has Dog said that? Who said that? Because I haven't heard any of that. Can somebody tell me where that's coming from? I know he took down his stuff off the roadhouse off of YouTube channel. Is it off of his X account as well? Yeah, I haven't heard anything. I'm just wondering where it's coming from. Because I'm just curious. Just curious. Civil suit. Yeah, it could bring out discovery. It very well could. Now, on X, I just pulled it up. Texas Roadhouse video is still up there. Matter of fact, this one here was put out December 7th. Just looking at it. So, yeah, it's still up on X. And that's where I've been getting the videos from, was his X. Oh, Bridget. At this point, I believe she needs one. I honestly believe that Katie Proudfoot needs a criminal defense lawyer. Okay, Charlene said, I heard on replay on Mr. E's channel, he talked to Dog, and they are very much involved. Okay. I mean, but I've had several people ask me why Dog has been asked by Katie and Chris not to be on Sebastian's case. He wasn't asked to come in by Katie and Chris. That was on Seth. Seth asked him to come in. Therefore, Seth should be the one to tell him to leave or not. So, I still send them tips. Yeah, I still send them tips. Yeah, September Rain, I agree with you there. And yes, on X, Honk has made a post that there will be a major announcement on June the 30th. Yes. And guys, that's 5 days from now. 5 days. So, and just to let you all know, I've been speaking with Jay from Crime Time Buzz, and we're going to try to put together a super panel and do a live on Sebastian's case. So she reached out to me and said she would love to do that. Let's get it organized, and we're working on that as well, to have several creators come together and talk about Sebastian, because there are so few of us doing it right now. But it's something that needs to be done, you know, and that's what our plan is at this time. So once I get that figured out, date wise, who all's going to be on it, I will definitely let everybody know. Wait, who's Lori mad at? Who's Lori mad? Lori, who you mad at, Lori? Who you be mad at today? Who did what? Hope floats. She said, who did? I'm confused. Who did what? Explain what you're asking me, Hope floats, please. Lori ain't mad, everybody. Y'all leave her alone. She ain't mad. Okay, Mystery Sky. Definitely send me an email. I keep up with my emails, and so I'll definitely be looking You know, Chris M. works with the Cold Case Foundation. Seth cannot ask the Cold Case Foundation to come in because he's not cleared. He's not cleared at all. Sumner County will not clear him so that he can ask for more people to come in and take over and look at Sebastian's case. And if you ask me, yes, Sumner County will not say it's a cold case. Even Seth can't ask them because Sumner County hasn't cleared him. And like I said, if you ask me, this is my opinion. I think Sumner County's doing it on purpose. About the announcement, it'll be at night in them. They will be making a major announcement, they said on X. Yeah, it's the announcement that they will make on June the 30th. We'll definitely be here for it, whatever it may be. And I believe, if you give me just a minute, I will look real quick just to verify it, but I believe it said major announcement. Let me see here. I'm pulling it up, trying to find it. Let's see here. Let's see here. Oh, I just lost it. Hang on. Ugh. It's at Night Creative Intelligence is now the new name. Let's see here. Let me find it. I saw it on here the other day. Let me see where I can find it at. Because they had... Well, let me see if I can find Hong. Hold on. If he did it on his page. Oh, Lord. Don't Google search Hong. You're going to come up with some weird stuff, y'all. I don't know where it went. But at night says, the last one said, it was his flyer. It was Dog shared the flyer. And then, I'm not seeing it right now. I'll have to go back and look for that. But for sure that I did see. I know for sure I did see that. Okay, well, guys, I'm going to quit. Stop this. We kind of got an idea of the search. I mainly wanted to hear everything that they could tell us that they did for their search. And, a lot of ground was covered. It may not have been enough. It may not have been a huge, massive search area. But guys, even that search area that they did 5-mile radius around that child's home, 5 miles out every direction. That's a lot of ground to cover, and there was absolutely nothing at all. Mr. E said Dog and his team are staying out of the spotlight. They are very, very smart. Oh, Lori, you're just catching up. Your phone had a bug. Oh, you might get in on the settlement, because if you have AT&T, they had hacks galore happening. But I do think that the searches that have been done for Sebastian would have found something. And of course, there was the mattress cover. There was a knife. There was a box that said Katie's pictures on it. Hi, Ida. Good to have you. Hope you're doing good. But there was a box that had Katie's pictures written on the top of it. Craddock came out. He didn't take any of it with him. Isn't that something? That just blows my mind. And Terry Lynn was the one that said that, because it was her friend Kaylee that was searching with her. And I believe, if I'm not mistaken, and don't quote me 100% on it, but I think it was the girl that was helping her search that was part of finding those things. So when you find this mattress pad that is all yuck, I would think you would go test it. I agree, Teresa. I think he was miles away from that house before the search began. Yeah, the FBI didn't take it either. So I want to share something with you. One of our subs here shared this with me, several other things, but today we're going to go over this for a quick minute. It was a Facebook anonymous post on April the 3rd. It's just a little over a month after he had been missing, and it says, I've been watching and gathering all the neighbors' comments and posts about what is going on, and I've decided to share my collection. This is her collection. And hang on, let me pull it up on my tablet, because there ain't no way my old eyeballs are going to be able to read all that. It's so tiny. But this is what it does say. It says, I live in the neighborhood. I wanted to confirm a couple of things I have seen posted today. Number one, I received a message on Thursday to watch their house, as there could be Ellie headed to the house. Where my house is located, I cannot see the front of their house, but I have a clear view of the entrance into our neighborhood and into Stafford Court. I also have friends over there that I reach out to. As we all began to watch, I began to notice random SUVs driving up Kellen, turn around in the Devon Court cul-de-sac, go back down Kellen, turning onto Stafford Court, then leave. This happened several times. I noticed at least 5+ SUVs driving this over about a 30-minute to an hour time span. It was very odd. I had a feeling something was up. I confirmed with the neighbor that at least 2 of those vehicles were in fact undercover agents. I was told 2 stopped at the house and went in. They are definitely surveilling them and what it feels like the entire neighborhood. 2, I can also confirm Chris hooked his camper up to his truck this afternoon and left. Katie followed him. I have no idea where they went as of about 2 hours ago. Neither have returned. I'd also like to add, unless you live here, you have no idea what we've been through. I don't mean that selfishly, but if you are on the track that the Proudfoots know what happened, you understand what I mean by this. We are a small neighborhood that has always been very quiet. We've never been through anything like this. This has shaken us all to our core. We all have felt safe up until now. We are all on edge. We don't know what happened to him. I thought that was very interesting. Knowing that the black SUVs were surveilling that neighborhood. This post was made, this is the top of the post. It was all one part. And it was April the 3rd of last year. So it was just after, Sebastian went missing February 26th. 2 days later started March, and then the 3rd of April. So this was about the time that he was going back to work, and she was going with him for the Nancy Grace interview. But I thought it was very, very telling that law enforcement was making themselves seen all over Stafford Court and Kellen Drive. So, very, very interesting. Oh, TJ, somehow or another, it is now on her channel. That live is now on her channel. I have a screenshot though. It's funny how that works. But anyways, yes, she did. Right? They were only doing when she was looking for Sebastian. I'm sure their windows were up, right? A reenactment, possibly. Very possible. And there is a house on Kellen that should be looked at as well as their house, in my opinion. So, I don't know. It's crazy. But at least we know people were watching them. And, when you have a mother of the missing child and the stepfather go on vacation for 2 weeks, well, longer than 2 weeks, almost 20 days worth. Yeah, that's kind of a red flag, wouldn't you think? Oh, no, Sammy G. I said that the mayor and the DA had gone into their home while everybody else was coming and going, like Chris's family and everything. At the very beginning, the day and the day after he went missing, the mayor and the district attorney was there in their home, having conversations with Mommy Socks and his sister. Oh, really? I didn't know about this, Sammy. Where's that at? Some of the earlier maps had a house circle that wasn't the Proudfoots and wasn't the SOs, and couldn't figure out why it was circled. Oh, I didn't know that. I didn't know there was one like that. Very interesting. Exactly. Why would the mayor go and why would the district attorney be there? Oh, during the SUV riding around, I thought you read, but okay, let me reread it so we make sure we're all on the same page. She said, I received a message on Thursday to watch their house as there could be Ellie headed to the house. Where my house is located, I cannot see the front of their house, but I have a clear view of the entrance into our neighborhood and into Stafford Court. So maybe that message, she didn't clarify who sent her the message to watch their house, as there could be Ellie headed to the house. Huh. She said, I also have friends over there that I reached out to. As we all began to watch, I began to notice random SUVs driving up Kellen, turn around at Devoncourt cul-de-sac, go back down Kellen Lane, turning onto Stafford Court, then leaving. This happened several times. She noticed at least 5+ SUVs doing this over about a 30-minute to an hour time span. It was very odd. I had a feeling something was up. I confirmed with the neighbor that at least 2 of these vehicles were, in fact, undercover agents. I was told 2 stopped at the house and went in. So I don't know if that was prior to them leaving. It really doesn't say. It just went on to say they are definitely surveilling them. And what it feels like, the entire neighborhood is being surveilled. Got it. Okay. But that does leave a question. Yes. Unfortunately, it is an anonymous person that put that out. So I don't even know how we could find that out for sure. Yeah, because it says, let's see. I can also confirm Chris hooked his camper up to his truck this afternoon on April the 3rd. I guess it would be. Katie followed him. No idea where they went as of about 2 hours ago. Neither had returned. So I don't know. Hang on just a second. Let's look here. What day was April the 3rd, 2024? Let's see what day. It was on a Wednesday, was April the 3rd when she wrote this. And she said, I received a message on Thursday to watch their house. In that afternoon, they had left. So if after they left is what it sounded like to me, Sammy, I think you might be right. They went in when they weren't home. Yeah, never saw the mayor go to a crime scene like that. Yeah. And the dogs found nothing. Nothing. It's crazy, y'all. Trying to get their story straight. It's also very suspicious. Very, very, very suspicious to me. every bit of their stories, every different version of their stories, everything screams foul play. Everything says cover up. Everything says, believe me, please believe me. I'm a grieving mother. All I hear is an asshole stepfather. And none of those are good combination when your child is missing. None of those. Yep, that happens all the time, doesn't it, when somebody's being paid off? Yeah, everything about it's not grieving. Exactly. There was no grieving. If it's grieving happening, in my opinion, I believe it is them grieving for themselves and what part they have partaken in. Now, if you want to ask me, do I think Katie or Chris unalived Sebastian? No, I don't think they did. I don't think they did. Now, I honestly think the green hoodie standing there at Katie's car was to pass off some kind of sleeping agent, we could say. Something to completely knock him out. And look at Bobby. Bobby gonna be making some calls. Bobby's gonna be making some calls for us, folks. Oh, Bobby, we love having you on our team. But that's my opinion. I don't know that anything happened. If it did, I would be surprised. I don't think they would do that in their home. And I don't think Katie really would have been okay with that happening in her home. Exactly, Lisa. Very well put. Very well put. She says Hendersonville is like one big sandbox and they're all covering shit up. Yes. Agree. Oh my gosh. Hope floats, that's horrible. I'm telling you, if you have Sebastian anywhere in your title, anywhere on your anything concerning Sebastian, I didn't know they had county mayors. I thought it was only cities. I mean, I live in a county here that has several cities encompassed within it, and each town has their own mayor. Man, that is horrible. You know, they don't care. They don't care. They don't care about anyone. They don't care if you're a big channel, small channel. They don't give a crap. They're doing what they're paid to do, in my opinion. All of them. They have been. Let's see, that's how it is in my state too. But when I Googled Sumner County mayor come up, oh my gosh, that is crazy. I never knew mayors were county mayors. That's weird. I mean, we got county commissioners. We don't have a county mayor. Huh. Well, there we go. Everybody sub up. sub up to her, help her channel out, guys. We can do that much. Definitely we'll do that for sure. Good. Somebody needs to. It's just insane to me. It's called insanity. Like I said yesterday, repeatedly doing the same thing every day, day in, day out, and not getting any different results. It's just called insanity. Good deal. All right. Well, we're going to support her for sure. Definitely. Yep. Everybody sub up to her. Let's help her out. You know, I'm all about helping everybody. So make sure you subscribe to her. Enjoy the happy medium. Who this lady we need to sub up to? She is a medium. And of course, the other side's going after her. Hey, JH. We were listening to Equusearch when they came on Duty Ron's channel, and someone played a 24-hour stream all weekend. Oh my gosh. Insanity. Debs, let me tell you, we have found the Masons all over Katie's family. All over her. And JH, it was basically, we listened to a good portion of it, but I wanted everybody to hear the searches that just their team did. And it was a lot. Hope float, she ain't wrong on that one, I don't think. Don't think at all. But yeah, it's called insanity, folks. And they're doing it every day, all night. It doesn't stop. And they feel as if they are the ones, each and every one of them feel as if they're the ones to make Brittany stop saying the words she says. I don't know about the adoption part of it. I think he's too old. And he would never, ever just sit quietly for that. That's my opinion, Bridget. I may be wrong, but I would just think at his age and as close as he was to his dad, I'm just not sure he would sit quietly and let all that happen. But you know, I just oh, good deal. Well, guys, I'm going to get off of here. We've been going about 2 hours. And just a reminder to everybody, I'm going to be taking a couple of days off. See me. Oh, I love you, girl. But I won't be here tomorrow, and I will not be here Friday. I got some stuff to do tomorrow for kiddos, and then the next day me and my doggy are going to go to the lake. So it will take me a little while to get there. Possibly Saturday, Sunday. I just need some days. And I would encourage you guys to step back just a little bit, take a breather when you feel it, because you'll know. You'll know when it's time for you to step back just a day or two. Because the hate is so real. Oh, good, Deb. We'd love to have you come back. I know, Bobby, I'll be having withdrawals as well. But guys, I definitely need a couple of days break. And Gypsy, you just worry about loving on that baby. That sweet baby Z. How precious. So exciting when there's a new baby, a new life. They're so sweet when they're first born and just so cuddly. I wished mine weren't through, but I will be back. I promise y'all. I'm not leaving YouTube altogether. I just definitely need a break. But like I say, look for me maybe Saturday. Definitely probably by Sunday. Oh, that smell, that baby, fresh baby bath smell. Oh, I love it. The young man that we had in our life from the time he was just a few days old. When he would come and he would get a bath and he would come in there. And I always made such a big deal when he was so little. Just, have to get me that sweet baby smell lovin's. And he was like 6-7 years old, and he'd come out of the shower all wrapped up in his towel. And he'd say, Retta, I'm a clean baby. And I'd grab him and snuggle him up. I just love it. Oh, I'm gonna have a good time. I know I will. It's always my chill place, the place I go to where I can just release for everything for a while. And like I say, I'll be back in a couple of days. I just need to get away from here on YouTube, get away from here in my house, and just let the world stay behind for just a little bit. Hey, Haley. I will. I just need a refresher so that I can come back good and strong. I have been very much down, and I just need to reboot. And we'll do that. We'll come back stronger than ever. We will get going for sure. So, yeah, everybody, just like I say, y'all remember, if you get to that point. Oh, good, Debs. Good. We're glad to have you. We'll be covering the Kyron Harmon case as well. And I'm going to look into this new case that was just sent to me. And we'll get busy covering that as well, too. But we will never leave Sebastian behind. We won't. So, anyways, guys, I'm going to let y'all get out of here, but just remember, it's okay to step back and take a breath for a little while. Don't let the insanity outweigh you, because it will quick. So, everybody, you got my email address. Okay, good to have you. Good for you. Good to have you all the way here with me in Texas. Oh, I love you all so much. Oh, I'm going to do my best to just get on that boat and just let the world float away. Yeah, me and you got to sometimes. You got to take care of you, because if we don't take care of ourselves, we're not going to be able to do no good for any of these cases. So, hey, 'tis me. So, anyways, guys, I will see y'all in a couple of days. Y'all take care of yourself. You got my email. Several of you have my text. Y'all can text me or whatever. Keep me updated what's going on. And Gypsy, give that baby some lolly loves for me. Anyways, guys, y'all have a great evening. I will see y'all in a couple of days. Love and hugs, everybody. Bye.